I finally feel like I'm back to myself after battling a cough due to cold and the aftermath of 2 weeks of feeling weak and sleepy. Yesterday was a legit POW day at Cypress. I don't know what legit means to you listeners, but to me, it's about being on the first chair and getting the first tracks. And tomorrow, I leave on a 4-day road trip with my friends Anson and General Brad to Mount Baldy, Baldface Valhalla, and Mike Olson's favorite resort, Apex Mountain. Stoked. The FNRad Snowboard Podcast is presented by Flojoy Water. Season 7 is sponsored by Burton Snowboards, founded in 1977 by Jake Burton Carpenter. With nearly 50 years of industry-leading innovation, Burton's purpose is clear: make great products, minimize harm to the environment, positively impact the lives they touch, and have as much fun as possible. All the Burton gear I've been riding is next level. For listeners in the Lower Mainland, Burton recently opened a flagship store on West 4th in Vancouver, as well as a partner store in Banff with Unlimited. Visit your local Burton retailer. Bluebird Coffee Tuning and Rentals in Squamish, BC is the coolest new stop just 20 seconds off the Sea to Sky Highway on your way to Whistler. Drop in for the world's best cup of coffee, killer smoothies, and a true local vibe born out of 90s snowboard culture and music. They offer performance ski and snowboard tunes with state-of-the-art equipment. They've got premium rental fleets of Jones, Solomon, Libtech, and Burton, including Burton step-ons. And if you haven't gotten yourself one yet, Bluebird will even sell you a rad power bike. These bikes are so fun. For a blend of expert knowledge, convenience, and a lot of charm, stop in and say hi to Bluebird, the raddest mandatory new stop on your way to Whistler. Fixed bindings are tool-free bindings that focus on dependability and strength while providing ease of adjustability. I've been riding fixed bindings for a couple of seasons now and have had exactly 0 issues. It's no wonder they've got a lifetime guarantee. Do yourself a favor and visit fixedbindingco.com. Lock in and let go with Anon's magnetic face mask integration, built to keep you seamlessly covered from the elements, and Magnatech quick lens change technology that makes swapping lenses effortless even with gloves or mitts on. Enhance contrast and clarity with perceived lenses and get the most accurate perception of the surrounding environment regardless of light and weather conditions. Clarity starts where distraction ends. Full face coverage, complete presence. Check out Anon's helmets, goggles, and MFI face masks at an Anon dealer near you or at AnonOptics.com. Hey listeners, this one's for you. Upline Brewing is beer for snowboarders by longtime Pacific Northwest shredder and FNRad listener Carl Montoya, who started Upline so you can crack a cold one anytime. No buzz, no slowdown, just good vibes. Unlike most NA beers, these actually taste legit and they're brewed with adaptogens for a mellow uplift. The Steezy Golden Lager and Crushin' IPA come in at just 25 and 50 calories and feature artwork from local legends like Quincy Quigg. Have one at lunch, grab another lap, hit the after party, and still wake up for first chair or the bank slalom podium. Drinking regular beers, toss some Uplines into the lineup. The natural electrolytes help you stay hydrated and keep crushing. FNRad listeners score 15% off at uplinebrewing.com with code FNRAD, or set up a subscription, save more, and never run out. Upline Brewing, brewed to adapt, crafted to elevate. Support also comes from the Pro Standard. Ken Achenbach has done it again with the push-button quick release for step-on bindings. Get them at prostandard.com before they sell out. Pacific Border, Vancouver's premium snow skate and surf shop on West 4th Avenue. Check out pacificborder.com. And 1910, the collaborative artworks of Jamie Lynn and Scof, two friends on a creative journey together, bonded by their love of art, music, and snowboarding. Go to the number 9, teen10.com for their latest collection. We need to thank our friends at Mt Seymour, Grouse Mountain, and Cypress Mountain for their continued support of FNRad, as well as Essential Toothpaste tabs. I love them, I use them, go buy them today. This week's guest is Matt Standish, who rode for Invasion Snowboards out of North Vancouver and is one of a handful of Mt Seymour legends from the golden era of snowboarding. Enjoy this interview with Matt Standish about his life in snowboarding.
Sledding's so crazy now with like, it's like 25 grand for like a good mountain sled, like 1000cc. And it's like the engine is just right there between your legs. It's like if you started sledding now, you'd never have to know how to like manhandle or throw around one of those old sleds. It's crazy.
It's
easy
still
to get
not
yourself into trouble.
Still not easy. Yeah. I mean, I found it to be very. Peter Line mentioned it is gripping was his words, and I was like, that's exactly what it is.
White knuckle.
Yeah, just gripping. It actually is not that much fun to learn.
No,
it's
not that much fun until you get up to the zone. Like when you get to the lake or the bowl or the bottom of your run, then you're stoked. The rest of it is, and it like kicks the crap out of your truck and like kicks the crap out of you to get up there.
I think mostly out of I had a double sled trailer, really easy to just drive onto.
Yeah, that's probably the smart thing to do.
It seemed like I started to get the hang of it pretty fast because it's very easy to get the sled on the thing. Watching people put their sled into the back of the truck, never, not one time. It looked
twice.
Only twice.
Yeah, once on my truck, and I did it once to Damon's. We were talking about Damon earlier. I did it once to Damon's truck and landed like on the cab, like crushed. Yeah, that was crazy. I just remembered about that actually.
How old was Damon when you met him? What age of kids are you guys?
Well, probably like 2000, 99, 2000 must have been. So I mean, I would have been 18, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know how old Damon is. I used to, but he's around that, maybe a year or two older, a couple years older, maybe.
And are you guys from like Maple Ridge or somewhere?
No, I went to high school. We moved to Langley.
Mm-hmm.
When I went to high school in Langley. We used to live in Vancouver, then Tsawwassen, then moved to Langley. Damon I know from Langley. Actually, I know Damon from Langley, and I know him from snowboarding. And I was sponsored in the teenage years, sponsored by, do you remember Invasion Snowboards?
Absolutely.
Like Shane McKinney, Corey Mitchell and that group. And that was like such a sick thing in the local scene and the Canadian scene. And then they built up like a really cool team. But maybe before we go there, it was Invasion, and then there was a shop called Elite. That's what it was. And Damon worked at Elite. And what did they sell even? This is like a stretch on my memory going back 20 years something or more than that. But my kid brain is killing me. But I know him from then. And then that evolved somehow. And then we ended up getting into the, like what we were saying earlier, like getting into looking at the scene. You know, it was like I wanted to do the snowboarding thing for a few years. You know, we had some, you get into snowboarding, you meet people that are doing that sort of stuff. And that's like how we met, like the Keenans up at Seymour, because it was like in high school, I was always going up to Seymour instead of hanging out with people from high school. And then you see the same people. Actually, the funny thing, how I know all those guys at Seymour, like Jeff, Brendan, and our friend Matt Viner, like Dave Short, like the Forbes brothers. I mean, so many people at Seymour. But originally how I met those guys was I played baseball on the All-Star team against Matt Viner, and he played baseball on the All-Star team. And we played each other, and then we recognized each other at the mountain, like the following season,
Wild.
Or something like that. And then he's like, "Let's do some laps." and then I through him, I think I met Jeff next, and then actually our friend Nikolai Samson met Nikolai next, and was like riding with those guys a lot. And then I met Brendan through Jeff, obviously, and then and like Dave is his family, like Matt Viner's family, his cousin or something like that. So. No, it's just kind of like that North Van scene. Got into that group there. But then, take it down the line, I guess, a little bit. And then Damon and I, you're in that group, in that circle, everyone's kind of ripping and doing stuff and trying to shoot photos, and you're inspired by, like what we were saying before, like whiskey, I guess that, like maybe Mac Dog, like simple pleasures. That's jumping out around that time. Maybe like TB4 ish, maybe TB4, TB5 probably.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
So stoked on the videos and the riding those guys are doing, but no like outlet for sort of that next gen. And even some of the guys that weren't in those projects, like it was like we said, it was like Treetop. Man, what else would have been going on then? Like obviously the bigger American ones, but it was like everything was 16 mil. Maybe like the Gathering guys had a digital video. I don't remember. Obviously Whiskey was probably in that scene too, right? With the, like we said, the mini DVs, but we had no outlet. We're like, let's just do one. Let's just make one. And so we bought cameras, probably pretty crappy ones, but we bought cameras. You get tapes, and we got a computer, but it was myself and Damon, Brad Hepner, and then a friend of Brad's who was into it as well, Kevin Meyer, and there was the four of us that did it, and we called it 180, so like 180 because we thought it was the best trick in snowboarding. And Method was taken with Method Meg. Yeah. So we called it 180 Productions, and then we did 2 videos, and one of them was called Young Guns, the first one, and the second one was called Changing of the Guard. And I think Changing of the Guard was either the year before or the same year of the first Skids movie. And then after that, then it kind of evolved into, all right, Kevin's doing something. We'll, let's support that and get involved in that. It's going to have more reach because of just like, the scene and the, working with Kevin, and I guess the brand name of Kevin at the time. Right. So, but it was cool doing that, like doing the full thing, like finding the riders and like we did all the editing ourselves. Like Kevin and I were like sitting in his mom's house in the basement, like editing. And then we had like a Mac G4 tower with Final Cut Pro. That's what I remember. But yeah, it was cool. Like,
would it crash all the time? Like,
yeah. We had the sticker on the top. It said, I saw Damon the other day and he was bugging me about it, and it said save after every render.
Right.
Like a yellow sticky note, because it was like you'd do something and then lose it and just like pull your freaking hair out.
Well, that's what happened to Clayton essentially. Was he was making a movie kind of the same as you guys. It crashed, and he's like, I'm not doing that again. And then Kevin just asked him out of the blue, like, hey, you want to sell me your Brendan footage? That could really help for this Ender part.
Sick.
That's pretty, I mean, what a fun time, because you're in the parking lot at Seymour at that time. You're going to see Wildcats.
Yeah.
The Seymour kids kind of didn't become the Skids right away. There was sort of this.
Yeah.
Did it go Skids then Wildcats? Kind of. I can't remember.
I don't remember, to be honest, but it was pretty close, I think, right? But it was kind of like, I think the Wildcats was kind of more of like my take, Wildcats was kind of more of like a tight-knit group, right? And those guys were all, like let's say tighter knit group, and all those guys were like brand name snowboarders, and at least in Canada, right?
Yeah.
And Skids wasn't necessarily that. Like it was just like,
yeah, it was a little more local.
Raw, whatever you want to say, right? I think
it felt like it was Kevin bringing up the next generation is what it actually felt like. Like to a shop guy, like it was like Kevin, so Sansalone to me was like a Santa Cruz guy. Yeah. And he definitely Seymour backcountry guy, and he had a real charisma, 100%. But he also, like, kind of came to the end of, like, he's like, well, now I'm going to go to university or whatever, Yeah. Like, he's like, Santa Cruz isn't really going to pay me.
Yeah.
And then you mentioned Corey and Shane. And Corey was working on rodeos behind the rental hut. Remember that little park that was right behind the rental hut?
Yeah.
And just, like, building the jump, hitting the jump, building the jump, hitting the jump. And then all of a sudden, Sansalone was doing switch rodeos. Yeah. Like, it was like, I remember it happening that winter.
Rad.
And then he went to California. He won the X Games.
Yeah.
And then he won the West Beach Classic Big Air. Like
Yeah.
he won two
It was like
huge
Switch
events.
Backside Rodeo, wasn't it?
Yeah, just two right in a row.
Yeah.
And then he went from being like maybe gonna quit to like shopping it around. Like,
Yeah.
I think I might
So good.
take this option package, you know. and then he became an absolute legend
Yeah.
at that point because, you know, in the parking lot at Seymour, Kevin, Devin, Dow, oh God, just like Kale would be down. Like everybody that was on Iris
Yeah.
was kind of just kicking it. And then you mentioned 16 millimeter, but there was a lot of magazine photographers that were around as well.
It was pre YouTube, pre social media, really. Like
Yeah.
Facebook probably wasn't for another like 8 years. Like
Oh, God.
2007, 2008. That was probably the first social media thing I remember.
Yeah, and meanwhile,
Dude,
every magazine
really?
had like tons of
Yeah.
Seymour
Magazines
stuff.
were awesome. Yeah.
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 It was definitely happening.
Concrete powder.
Yep, concrete. But then there was Trans World and Snowboarder.
Yeah.
There was Big Brother or Blunt or whatever. Like the Blunt
also
thing was
good.
insane. Pleasure Mag. There was just like 20.
Is Pleasure still around?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
I know Method is obviously, but
Yeah.
Pleasure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are all good.
And people would get, I remember Yearly Ricker just getting like 4 covers or 5 covers in one.
He had like Trans World, Snowboard Canada, and maybe it was Pleasure Mag or something.
I think it was
And
concrete powder. Yeah.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
it was like all doing, or no, there was a couple of shots. There was one, it was like one of the hips on the main run at Seymour on Manning, and then the other was the hip, the quarter pipe up on the peak.
Yeah, the hip on Manning over the light.
Yeah, that's right.
And it was sick. He was just a regular guy too. It felt like. I mean, he was like a Burton rep rider or something.
Yeah.
He was all Burton.
Yeah.
And he was good.
He did. Yeah. Oh man, what were those? It wasn't Treetop. What were those? They were those videos with. It was like Michael Chuck was in them.
Yeah.
What the hell were those called? Should have done my Googling before we did this. But he
Clear Cut. No, that was a Treetop.
Clear Cut was Treetop.
Yeah,
But he had really sick parts in those videos too.
He did. Yeah. And then he kind of moved into sled neck territory.
Yeah. That's
I've reached out to Dave Craig. I'm gonna have Dave Craig on the show.
Sick.
I've talked to Yearly too and said I need to have him on the show because I mean hiking Mt Seymour in the late 90s, early 2000s, it really didn't feel like backcountry.
Yeah.
Nobody was bringing gear
No.
at all. And if avalanches happened, it's like you just hollered and got out of the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not to the same caliber, obviously, as out in sled land.
Oh, God, no.
But
no.
I wonder if people, I mean, we've been hiking out there for years. I don't think I've ever gone out there with a transceiver on.
Yeah, I would never think, oh, I need that.
Yeah.
Like for sure, oh, we're going to be out here, you know, make sure you've got all your, but I do feel that at Cypress for some reason.
Yeah.
Someone stole all my gear last year out of the back of my car.
Oh, that sucks.
And then I rode for like the last 2 weeks of the year with no bag back there. And I was like, this is the best.
Yeah.
Fucking hate having a bag clunking around with your shit in it, you know? But yeah, I mean, it's dangerous. I don't want to.
Yeah.
Thank God nothing bad happened.
Yeah, I know. I think you just don't go when it's high up there on the North Shore.
You're supposed to not, but it's kind of like, well, how do you know?
Yeah.
You kind of got to go test it. You know what I mean? And
Someone's got to go out.
Yeah. I definitely switched to where it's like a bad feeling when you show up and nobody's gone. You're like, wait, there's no tracks in it yet? I don't want to be the first one.
Guinea pig?
Yeah. There's usually some keen skiers that have been paying attention and they ski cut the top part, and once that's in, I'm like, yep, cool.
Then it's solid.
Or at least somebody's gone down it. That's all.
No, that's it.
But yeah, it didn't feel like that vibe back then. I still don't feel like that's the vibe, the backcountry at Seymour.
Yeah.
It's a boot pack.
Side country.
Side country.
Yeah.
It's jump country. It's kind of like
Oh, it's so much fun.
like such a beautiful place to build jumps. Right away,
Oh, yeah.
quarter pipes. Yeah, Yurley built that quarter pipe that he got those shots on.
Yeah. Yeah. No, there's like so many famous jumps at Seymour, and then it's like that, like this time of year, kind of like the, you know, the early season, you know, proper winter time, you get that sort of low, like golden hour, like the sideways light, and then it's just like such a good time to go and do videos and go and do photos. You don't really do that with Sledland. You kind of go out early and try to get out of there before it gets dark.
Yeah,
Seymour's like you get sunset, like crazy sunset photos, like countless published photos of crazy sunset photos there.
with the ocean and the city in the background.
Yeah.
It's just so gorgeous.
Yeah.
Yeah. What was the success of those first two movies? Like, did you guys bring them around to shops and sell them, or was it like you had like a premiere at your high school or something?
Yeah,
Like, was it?
well,
like,
we had, because it would have been like, we would have been graduated high school.
okay.
But I remember doing like premieres. We did a couple premieres, and then you know, like distribution. We sold them in some shops. Tried to sell them in some shops.
Where would the premieres be? Where
We did one. One was definitely in Whistler.
Sick.
One in Langley, like a local one for kind of like friends, family, which was still kind of a big one. And I don't remember if we did this twice or if we did it once, but we had one in Vancouver too. I might be mixing things up, but I remember we did something at Plaza of Nations, like when it was Plaza of Nations.
Wow.
And I mean, like Damon, hats off to him. Like he went and he did a lot of the organizing for the premieres and like pushing distribution and getting in front of eyeballs and stuff. But that was a lot of fun. I remember like we had the whole crew up there because we had, you know, different groups of riders that were participating to be in it. So we had like the whole, like our Mount Baker crew, you know, like it was like I mean, name dropping again, but you know, like Pat McCarthy and John Lang and Jesse Burtner, you know, that was like our contingent through being buddies with Sean Genovese and through the whole Coastal Riders group. And then there's like, you know, Jesse Burtner was like the Alaska contingent. And so we had, you know, Mark Landvik was around one of those videos. I feel like it was this Changing of the Guard, the second one, but it was cool. Like how many people, like we had like the Invasion crew, you know, like Chris Steves and like John Coleman and, you know, Corey and Shane. And I feel like Josh Lees was definitely still around. You know, it was pretty cool. So there was like the Invasion group. We had like the Mount Baker group, and then there's like the Seymour crew, and then getting into Whistler and some of the Whistler stuff. You know, like Rube Goldberg was around, and like Tosh Osaka. There's a name that you haven't heard in a while. And then, you know, and off the periphery of that, it was like the usual suspects. Like we had some shots. I think probably just like super pipe stuff or maybe poached from when these guys were filming, but you know, like Kale, and definitely had Sound Salone footage, but like Kale and Browner and that group. I don't ever think we had Devin or Max, but Dion. But yeah, it was cool. Like, I don't know. And then it seemed like people started to figure it out, and then the roster started to thin out, and then it was like getting into bringing up the next gen, which would have been kind of getting in, like what you said earlier, with skids and getting in with the sort of the scene that Kevin was pulling together.
He did such a good job of laying the foundation for, like, I mean, in Sandbox, the helmet company was crazy. Was he the first to do like a brimmed helmet, or he was the first to bring it to the masses? I think.
Yeah.
And I think everybody wanted those.
Yeah, that was the hot ticket.
Yeah. And so he's got these badass helmets. He's got a production company that's, you know, with legitimate, you know, amazing riders, kind of before they blow up.
Yeah.
And just every year sort of stacking better footage and getting better equipment and getting better at editing. And by the time those Sandbox films are happening, you know, people have careers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, definitely. And there's like some of the guys obviously had a better run or a longer run than others, but like Brendan Keenan, he had a solid run with some pretty solid footage and some solid parts in there for
hell yeah.
I feel like until like 2007 or 8, maybe even like that late.
Yeah, he pulled together a really good career.
Yeah.
I remember I think I called Jeff Brendan for like maybe 5 years or something. You know what I mean? Just because that was who was in the media.
Yeah.
Jeff was older.
Yeah.
For some reason, I have them reversed in my mind.
Yeah. Good guys. Good friends of mine nowadays. But But Brendan he pulled together some good parts, and he was like back when we did the going back to Young Guns. I think it was like 1 track and 686, and then it was just like all of a sudden Brendan was on Burton. And then I think he was on Burton just like for years and years. Yeah,
from 1 track. I forgot about 1 track.
Yeah, right?
I don't even know where they were from. Calgary or something.
Yeah, I feel like that's got to be because they had some Canadian riders on it, right? Was it like Etienne Tremblay or something?
Oh, yeah,
was that
right? I think you're right. Yeah, I can think of their ads.
Yeah.
Those little like quarter-page ads where it's just like
in like concrete powder.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
You're looking at these brands going, what is Magnum?
Yeah.
Magnum. Kearns is on Magnum?
Yeah.
Okay. What the hell is that? Yeah, so during so for you, what are your, what's the first year you kind of get sponsored, and what's the, is it Invasion right from the beginning?
Yeah, it would have been Invasion.
And did you know those guys from Mt Seymour, or?
I must have met them through Jeff, because I think Jeff Keenan, he rode for them before Option. I'm pretty sure that's what it was. I'm pretty sure it was Invasion into Option.
Was Keenan and Keatley on Invasion at the same time? Or did Keatley came to Invasion off of Atomic or something? Or
no, I think it was the other way around.
Right.
And then I think Keatley was on Option for a while. Is that right?
I can't remember. He was on Sims.
I can remember a picture of Keatley with the option board.
That's right. Yeah.
But yeah, it was definitely Invasion, and then I think it was Invasion, and then it went to Ride. But the Invasion years were awesome.
Yeah, those guys were made in North Van.
Yeah, and myself, Matt Viner, we used to work for Shane. We'd press boards. We really sucked at it at the beginning. Really sucked.
How do you suck at pressing boards? Just miss inserts and you're...
No, it was more like getting the mix, the amount of epoxy that you'd use, and then it would make boards heavy.
Yeah.
And then once you mix the epoxy with the resin with the, whatever it was, the activator.
Yeah.
And then you had 3 minutes or something to lay up a whole board, and then you would just not do it fast enough, and if you made a mistake with the inserts, then that would throw you off, and then the board would go off before you had the top sheet on, and then then the board's basically garbage.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
And so your job was actually working building boards.
Yeah. We did that for a couple of it must have been a couple of summers, obviously part-time, weren't pressing boards all year round, but it was summers into the fall and getting boards out to the shops. And then it was Joel Fraser? Joel used to work there too.
Oh wow.
And so it was at one point there, it was me and Viner and Joel pressing boards, and I feel maybe Coleman was there pressing boards too for a minute. But yeah, it was a pretty funny time. And I think Keenan was actually even came and did some board pressing, one of the first years we did that. But it was cool. I don't know, you could always we'd always go down there and hang out at the warehouse, because you had the front zone with the couches and stuff, and Shane was almost always there, and Corey was there a lot of the time.
And they were both trying to have pro careers themselves.
Yeah.
Right? So they were in the early days getting all the photos and
yeah. No, they were rippers. I mean, that whole crew, it was cool. And Steve's Steve's shredded super hard for a long time, and he ended up with a Transworld cover on like what year? It must have been around that 2000, 98, 99, 2000.
I think it was a Cypress shot,
it was Cypress, back rodeo. I remember.
Yeah.
I have it somewhere. I know I do.
What a sick shot, actually. I remember at the time, like I moved out in 93 and kind of just was clued out because I'm like an Ontario guy.
Yeah.
And so I was like, why do people go to Seymour? It's like so small and so flat and so, you know, it's all hiking is what it felt like.
Yeah.
You guys should come to Cypress. I mean, that's where it's really at. And then there is a beautiful backdrop there, but there just isn't the terrain to build the jumps.
Yeah.
People would come and look and go like, okay, there's nothing here. There's no obvious spot.
It's good cruising and like, it's like got good fall line.
Mm-hmm.
But like Seymour is about, obviously, like what you're saying, like you go off the side of a run and kind of shimmy over and there's like a cliff or something. You know, like doing laps, that's really fun, especially, you know, you can go up there until 10 p.m. and do night laps.
Yep.
Like, that's pretty cool. Like, you can't do that everywhere.
Yeah, and Dave Christoff, 57, has taken me, you know, some cross-court stuff where you start at the top of
it's
Mystery.
Like, don't follow the run. It's like, just go. Yeah, exactly. Cross-court. Haranga is super fun to do. One of my funnest memories in the last few years was coming back here and then just going up Seymour. And then it's just like I was just like, I got to go up by myself. Who's going to be there? Of course, Haranga's there. And it was like night riding and powder. And he's just like, oh, come this way. And it's just, it was like such a fun run, like down the dark run cliffs and then across, you know, and jump some ropes and then go down like the snowshoe trail. And then you come out at the bottom, like right before the dam and then cut back over and then go. And I was like, man, I don't think I've ridden that in whatever, 10 years, 15 years. And then I was like,
yeah, I haven't
so
ridden
much fun.
everything there, right? Like we were at the top of Mystery Lake. I think Devin was shooting something on shorties.
Yeah.
And Marty and Adam Franks go by.
Sick.
And they're like, yeah, we're going to go do the cabin run. And I'm like, what the hell's a cabin run? And they're like, oh, yeah, way out
down
there.
The snowshoe trail.
Yeah, there's like a whole other spot.
If you get the snow down low, it's like, that's such a good run. It's so much fun.
Yeah, just on the North Shore, just straight up. If you're riding the local mountains and you hit Seymour on a night, especially a day or a night where unicorns firing, that's as good as it gets.
Yeah.
Under a chairlift, that's as good as it gets on the North Shore.
Yeah. It's pretty magical if you get the good snow and then like the side hits grooved in and like the stompy North Shore kind of wet but dry enough.
Yeah, totally. Totally.
So good.
And then there's so many different ways to attack it. Yeah, definitely. Seymour's got the hits.
Yeah.
That's just what it comes down to. The side hits are beyond.
And you can go up there. You can get up there. And then it's like, it's easy to get up and it's easy to go when you're ready. Like Grouse, I like Grouse, but you got to deal with the gondola. And until recently, you used to have to wait to go down. I think they've got like the twin gondola now. I haven't even gone up that yet.
Yeah, it's epic. It's epic.
It looks good.
It changes it so completely that you don't have to wait for the general public to go down.
That's good.
Because Grouse is also, they've got a skating pond and they've got like a lodge that plays movies and like it's a general public like attraction.
Totally. Yeah, no, totally.
And Seymour has that with the tubing and stuff and the snowshoe trails, but Grouse just has like so many people going up there.
Yeah.
That sometimes, it would be really frustrating. You'd go up for an hour and then you'd have to wait for an hour to come back down.
Yeah. And
now it's just like the gondola is just running.
Yeah.
It's so
that's pretty cool.
rad. Yeah.
I mean, admittedly, like when we have friends that come visit from out of country or overseas or whatever to get a view of the city, we'll take them up Grouse because it's just like easy gondola. The lodge is there. Have a coffee, have a beer, whatever.
Yep.
Look around, come down.
Yeah, it's designed for that. It's actually designed for that. The whole mountain is. I've talked about it so many times about, if you're just riding at night, the Seymour look back thing. Yeah. You just blow minds.
So good.
Your own mind every time. It's just like, it never fails.
Yeah.
You're kind of thinking next run, and then you take a second to look back and you go, wow, what the hell?
I know. I make a point of nowadays when it's clear going up the chair and looking back and just being like,
yeah. So you guys did
here.
you guys did 8 years, did you say, in the UK? Is that right?
No, it's like four and a half.
4.5 years in the UK. So did you do dry slope or stuff over there? Or you just put it away for?
No, we'd go shredding on the mainland, like in Europe.
The Alps or whatever.
Yeah. Go to Austria. We went to some places in Austria, like Arlberg, which is really epic. Some good ones in France, like Teen and Val d'Isère, which is like, remember Nico Droz?
Yeah.
He in one of those videos, what was it called? 1999. He had a ton of stuff at Teen, like riding all the chalets and all that stuff. That's Teen, like spelled Tinge. And the logo's still the same as it was like in 1999, or probably even before that. But yeah, I was like, that's where we need to go. And so we went. Yeah, we did like a week there. It was so good. It was snowing, and then clear in the day, and then it was snowing, and then it was clear. It was just like bananas. There was one day it snowed 50 centimeters, and then it was Bluebird. And it's just like, and in Europe, it's like everyone loves the groomers, and then it's like they, off piste, and you just like go off the top of the run, cut to the side to go down, and then the next run you just cut a little bit further and go down, and it's just like fresh track.
Oh my God, that sounds amazing.
Yeah. But yeah, it's good. It's a cool way of getting out there and seeing, different resorts, but I think it's tough to beat Whistler Blackcomb, like in terms of like the vertical and the type of terrain that you get.
What was the amount, like the split between Seymour, Whistler, and like Whistler backcountry, like sledding? Was it,
It was, a lot of Seymour. I mean, especially back then, right? Like the 2000, 2001, 2, 3, it was a lot of Seymour. And then I think around that, maybe 3 or 4, we got snowmobiles. And those were like, obviously not the oldest ones, but it was before the Rev body style. So it was like, you got to like throw some weight around to be able to maneuver those things, especially in trees. It was it was a skill to learn.
Yeah, right.
And yeah, I mean, it was like Seymour and then backcountry, and then we'd go to a resort, but Whistler, it's always been expensive place to go up, right? And it's like, sure, we've grown up and gotten older, and it's like, okay, I could afford Whistler, and then the prices for Whistler just keep going up. So it's like, I have a pass now, which is a lot of fun, but the Vail thing has its pros and its cons. But a pro is that they made the passes cheaper than it is to just buy day tickets. So I gotta, have a pass and go up. But yeah, back then it was like pretty heavy on Seymour. We'd do a couple days a year where we'd go up the resort in Whistler or Blackcomb and hike out on some ridge and hit like the wind lip or hit some cliffs or some jump that we were specifically going to go and do, like Symphony Bowl. That was before the chair was built even. So we'd hike out there, and there's a bunch of rollers, built some booters and cheese wedges on those rollers. There's a bunch of shots from that kind of stuff. I don't think we actually ever got into snowmobiles with those videos, but.
Oh, really? It was pre.
I think it was all boot pack,
snowmobile stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then the snowmobile stuff gets into the sandbox
yeah.
days and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I mean, like we said, that was just like another era.
Totally.
Getting into the sledding and
were
terrain.
Were there competitions and things? Like, did you guys travel for competing?
Not really. You know what? I mean, it was like maybe not the golden years, like the late 90s, I guess it would be late 90s, like 2000, like those, I'd probably call that like the golden years of snowboarding, right? It was like, there was not a ton of riders, and there was, I guess, like explosive growth in the industry, and there was all kinds of cool brands. And then, I mean, it was still kind of that in the early 2000s. There was still maybe more to go around than there was.
Well, they hadn't figured out. Yeah, they hadn't figured out that this was one day going to either, come to an end, or, the benefit to the companies would diminish.
Yeah.
In having, like, 'cause, really, in my limited opinion, what happened is like companies didn't know what to make.
Yeah.
And things that they made would break. So then the riders had to be like, okay, here's how we fix these things from breaking.
Yeah.
And then once we got to the point where everything was kind of dialed in, the boards weren't breaking anymore, and the boots fit properly, and all that. There was kind of the end of the need for the guy on the ground saying like, hey, you really need to figure this out.
Totally. Yeah, I mean, that would have been a big part of being a rider then, wouldn't it? It was like feedback and sort of R&D. A lot more, I feel like a lot more engineering goes into it now, like definitely Burton. You know, I think they're pretty dialed in, as much as, you know, pains me to say that maybe, but
sure. Yeah, I don't know what I mean, yeah, I do.
At least there's still
I know why there was so much hate. It was like they were taking it seriously.
Yeah.
And we were like, you know, like Invasion was making stuff up.
Yeah.
Like it was, you could still
a couple
make
of
stuff up.
Boards in a warehouse.
Yeah, totally.
It's like,
yeah, and also like, and then we're trying to sell them at the shop, and sometimes they just fall apart.
Yeah.
And sometimes they were super rad.
Yeah.
And you're trying to get those prices proper and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that would have been for sure, that would have been a big part of being a rider, the like R&D feedback, and then you're kind of like a marketing tool at the same time, right? It's like, you know, creating content. Like if you think about it, it's like essentially what you do is social media, but it just had a longer life cycle.
Yeah, and there was less of it.
Cycle, right? Yeah, it was more scarce, and it was like a magazine. It was the same thing out for a month until the new one came, right? It's not now. It's like 5 minutes.
If
it's gone.
If that, it's just, I see the most incredible stuff in my feed.
Yeah,
and then sometimes I'll see it again, and it's out of context. Like it's just like, wowee pictures, you know what I mean, or something.
Totally.
It doesn't credit the filmer
like
or the person, or
take it in and like think about how crazy that actually is.
Yeah, it's so wild that there's so much just content.
Yeah.
That it's almost like boring.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's almost like, well, okay. If the person doesn't like run into someone else or have like some super style that's like, oh wow, I could watch that 3 times.
Totally.
Like, 3 times.
I wonder, just as you're saying that, I wonder if that, you know, how like I always have this thought where it's like, I don't feel like riders, or generally, I don't feel like riders are going as big. And of course there's like exceptions to the rule, but I don't feel like maybe, you know, on the regular going as big and hitting as big jumps out in the backcountry. Like, mind you, I'm not paying super close attention to snowboarding these days, like breathing it in every second of the day. But, you know, it's like back then, because of maybe that scarcity for getting published, you had to really push it to get out there and get a photo or a double page spread or a cover. And now it's like you said, it's just like you just need to get something to put out there and just like create content. Whereas it was like you had to be, you know, top tier content or top tier quality, you know, a top tier quality photo or video shot. Because it's like, do you see people out there discovering like the new perfect jump now? It's like, not really.
Right, because it's not there.
Yeah.
And how big can you go?
Yeah, it's like, I'm sure there's restrictions or limits on the human body.
And also the sponsorship pressure is different.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Now it's like go get a good shot.
Yeah.
And be safe, by the way.
Yeah.
And don't get triggered by anything we say.
Yeah.
We just want to be supportive and loving.
Yeah.
You guys, just wear our stuff or don't. You know what I mean? Just you go do you. Whereas before it was like, we want to have Michael Chuck on the team because he's doing shit that nobody can do.
Yeah. There's definitely an expectation.
Yeah.
Like, go
bigger.
Go big or go home.
Right. And it had a long history. Like, man, those guys in the late 80s, early 90s, you know, the Damian Sanders and Steve Grahams and like the Tahoe guys and even Whistler, like, you know, Demansky's like is huge, and like all these these like iconic things.
That guy used to send it.
Just like in
huge backflips off sketchy cliff, like gigantic sketchy cliffs.
Gigantic and sketchy, right? It's kind of insane, right?
Yeah.
And now it's like, I think people would be worried for that guy now. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
Maybe not let that happen. Not on our watch, buddy. You're not going off that crazy thing. And then there's a lot more emphasis on style and.
Yeah.
I mean, when you were saying, I don't think people go as big. I'm thinking when I see like Arthur Longo and Cannon Cummings and those guys in the backcountry.
Yeah, absolutely.
But then when Arthur came to Seymour, you know, Josh, the park kid, was hitting the thing just as big.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But Arthur's got such great style, and he's got, you know, the filmers and photographers with him.
Totally. But he sends it too.
Oh,
I
God,
guess I was just generalizing with like what I see with like social media nowadays.
Yeah. Yeah. You're right, though.
Yeah.
Like Chad Otterstrom talking about, you know, back in the day, going to like your regular park, 9 a.m, and hitting 100-footer by yourself.
Yeah. Those old parks used to terrify me.
Yeah.
We went, you're spurring some memories here. I went to Team Challenge with Ride.
Oh, wow.
Snowboards. And this was actually awesome. It was like, this must have been like 2004, 2005. And it was like Jimmy Tomer was there. I'm trying to remember the other names on the Ride side. But then Spencer was there with Endeavor Forbes, which was maybe the first year of Endeavor. 2003, 2004.
That makes sense.
And then the Dinos guys were there, like Jeno, Gus, and Keenan, obviously, and they were there, and that was like their first year of doing Dinos. It was the board with the yellow paper, you know, like the notepad.
Yeah.
And so it was so funny because it was like our like Seymour Young Guns crew at Team Challenge down in Tahoe. And
where was it at?
It was at North Star.
Oh, wow.
I'm pretty sure it was at North Star.
Sick.
I have the photo, like, you know how they used to do those big group photos?
Yeah.
It's like all the team riders all sit together. I have that somewhere. Actually, that would be a sick one to dig up because it's got Keenan and Spencer in it. Yeah, actually, this must be at my parents' house. Side note to self. Yeah, that was such a cool trip. But those jumps, it was that before they had like the flight curve jumps, right? Like was that like David Benedict robot food influence? Like
I think so. Yeah.
Like talk about a crazy video. We should go there.
And Travis too. I think Travis started looking at trajectories and saying like, we need to make these safe.
We got tuned. It was like day 3 or something. And they're like, hey, tomorrow morning is like this tabletop. And I was like, it was the one I was the least excited about. And maybe it was like hit number like 2 or 3, and I came up slightly short spinning and just like crunched my knee, and then I was limping around, and then I was like, I think I'm done. I'm effed.
Yeah.
And then Spencer went and did something, hooked an edge and broke his wrist.
Oh my
And then he actually went and he had a cast on. And I've got family that live in LA, and then we were just like, okay, I think we're done here. And then we just drove to the coast. Hepner was with us actually, and I think Sean Hoagland. Do you know Sean? He used to be a photographer.
I think I do.
He's around still.
Yeah.
Or he still shoots photos, but he used to shoot snowboarding. Yeah. But anyway, we were all down there together, and we went to the coast, and we're like, all right, let's go hang out at the beach.
Rad. What a trip. But that you're reminding me that it was there was a time, and this is exactly in the center of that time, where it was like Pat Bridges just kind of going like, dude, if you're not going to hit this, you don't deserve your sponsorships and all your shit. We're going to tell on you to your guys that you're chickening out. And just like the new, young, crazy kids that are willing to just destroy themselves potentially on something that's not safe.
Yeah.
Like that won't work.
Yeah.
Like, and then somebody steps up and goes, I think I can see how to make that
Travis
work.
Rice,
yeah. T. Rice is like, I can make
rodeo
it to that.
The entire hit.
Sure, why not? Right. But it's like, it's kind of unfair.
Yeah.
Like, especially considering look, you're trying to do something for snowboarding here.
Yeah.
So you should work within what's really possible.
Totally. Yeah.
It took them a while to get there.
But it's so much more fun now.
Yeah. It's more beautiful too.
Yeah.
It is like sometimes going back and watching the footage, I'm like, oh wow, yeah, we hadn't quite got there yet.
Yeah. It's like rugged, right? It's like, I don't know, maybe there's a better word for it, but it's just like, some sharp angles.
Yep.
But yeah, I mean, if you dialed it in though, like that was the thing with Spence, like he would find those terrifying jumps with some sharp angles and he would just send it.
He would go so huge.
Man, there's like, you've seen those photos of him at Grouse, like the big hip, like that stuff is awesome. Him and Steve's, I think it was Steve's was the other one that was just sending it over that actually. But I was on a trip with Spence. We were in Colorado. It was a Snowboard Canada trip. It was like me, Spencer, and Andrew Rusk. You remember Andrew from East Coast guy? And it was with Joel Fraser. But they opened the park. Someone had a connection there, and they opened the park for us, which was like the leftover jumps from the X Games. And there was like a 98-foot tabletop.
God.
And Spence is like, I'm going to hit it. And I was like, all right, well, I don't think I'm going to hit the 98-foot tabletop today, but I'm like, be my guest. And then I was like, you want me to film? Do whatever. So I went and filmed, and Joel was shooting photos. And so Spence did backside one first hit and did it. And then he's like, okay, I'm going to hit this thing again. And then he's like, he ended up doing a cab 7 over this thing. It was like 98 feet. And this is like back in whatever, 2006 or so, something like that.
Yeah.
But just so huge, so terrifying. And it's just like, and stomped it. And then it's like, he's just like, okay, done. It's like, that was just like classic Spencer. Just be like, all of a sudden he just gets this like inspiration to just like scare the crap out of himself and everyone around him.
It's unbelievable. Yeah, it's unbelievable. Yeah, I remember feeling that about Mt Seymour, and even I think it's called Dead Man's Drop, just on the Looker's Right on the way up the chair.
Yeah, Dead Sailor, yeah.
Dead Sailor, is that what it is? And people, like, it seemed like dropping it was insane.
Yeah. Or there's like that one facing the peak, and then a little bit further down the ridge there's a couple more, but you have to have I think you have to have like the right snowpack. And yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
like,
Spence did a cab 5 underflip off that once.
What the hell?
Yeah, we were shooting. It was Hepner and we were with Hepner and Evan Chandler Stones. I remember that too. That's all of a sudden he's just like, I'm doing this, and you're like, okay. And he would do it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's wild because there were such superstars that came out of Seymour that even the next tier down are so good. I mean Spencer was, I think he was the first pro on Endeavor, wasn't he? He was one of the first.
Yeah, I mean he's got to be, because we were looking at those pictures the other day, right? That photo, the sequence of him, he's doing like a cab 5 at Grouse, it must have been, with the green base, orange like graffiti Endeavor logo. I'm pretty sure you're right that he was the first rider, and that was an ad in like at least Snowboard Canada, if not Trans World.
Yeah, I don't think Max was still a pro at that point, right?
Or he might have been, but using his name, but just, it's his company.
He wasn't stacking shots. Yeah. It was crazy around that time, or maybe even a little later. Johnson started Stepchild, and he was like the token pro for Stepchild.
Yeah, that's right.
He was like, I mean, I don't know how old he is. He must have been pushing 40, dude. Yeah. He'd put on a helmet. He would hit a bunch of grouse rails with a photographer, and then he'd be like, okay, I'm ready. And he'd just like throw the helmet off, take the photos, no helmet.
Sick.
Remember just being like, this guy is a maniac. And he's still like, he's like 3 generations past when he was like crushing it in like the 80s.
Yeah.
Like
totally
bringing Switch stuff to the world. Like legit Switch 3s in like 89 or 90
Yeah.
or something on nitro. It's insane.
Yeah. Well, I remember like we were talking about Whiskey 3. His part in Whiskey 3 was one of the ones that's like burned into my brain.
So good, hey? It's so good. Yeah, did you go up for the Our Kind of Chaos?
No.
Clayton's film?
I wasn't able to. I would love to. I want to see that.
Yeah.
Looks like it's pretty awesome.
It's killer. We're going to do a Vancouver premiere. I mean, they're going to do it. I'm going to try and get involved with that for sure.
I'll definitely go.
I think, I think those guys are just cut from a different cloth or something. Yeah. They're super inspiring. Yeah. And I don't think a lot of people understood, like, why.
Yeah.
Because they were just so real. They were so, like, anti-fake. Even though they did fake some of the skits and stuff eventually. They had to. Because the stuff they were doing was so gnarly. Yeah.
It was like Jackass before Jackass.
I mean,
in some aspects, right? Like, obviously.
Yeah, I don't want to spoil the movie, but there is a part where Jeff Tremaine says that he used whiskey footage in the sizzle reel for Jackass at MTV.
There you go.
Like, without permission. Like, he just stole it.
Yeah. That's and that's classic that time, though, right? It's like you use songs and videos that were not
oh God,
do,
yeah,
right? It's like
that's it. Yeah, Clayton was talking about the music rights for. They only got festival rights for the music that they've got. Isn't that crazy? It's such a big part of the videos that we grew up on.
Yeah,
was the music.
Yeah,
but it was all stolen.
Yeah, totally right.
I mean, not the
maybe
Mac
like
Dog
Mac
stuff.
Dog, because they used to have the little things like in the corner, the little description and the record label.
Yeah.
That used to be one of my ways of finding new music, was like snowboard.
Me too.
Videos. Yeah.
Obviously, yeah.
Yeah.
Cadillac Tramps came out of, I think that was Fall Line Film stuff.
Sick.
Yeah, like everything, Big
Yeah.
Drill Car and all this old punk stuff.
Yeah.
For us was like you just read what the hell was that? Then you go get the album. Oh, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
There's 2 songs I know from the video or
exactly.
whatever. Yeah. Yeah. That's awesome. So did you participate in the filming and the editing and all that above and beyond being a team rider?
Yeah. I mean, like the Young Guns, Young Guns and Change of the Guard, we edited like Young Guns was Kevin and myself, Kevin Meyer.
Yeah.
And me, and then obviously input from
I forgot
Hebner
about Kevin Meyer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He had a bit of a cameo in the Young Guns one, and then he didn't really do it in the Changing of the Guard. I think he was just like moving on with life. And it definitely was me, but I don't remember. I mean, Damon would have had some input, but I'm pretty sure it was me because I remember editing it in my parents' house. So the Changing of the Guard, and then obviously doing the rider thing, and then as we got more looped in with like coastal riders, like we're talking about, and then Damon got in with the coastal guys with like Nate and Bill, and Damon was doing marketing, and then a big part of that was like events, and like, you know, we have this wicked group of riders or like people we know who are really good snowboarders and skateboarders, and ended up just like making this cool team with riders from not just like the valley, but, you know, from the North Shore, and I think there was some Whistler riders, and, you know, a pretty good spread. And then it was like, okay, we should make some team videos. We've got experience making videos. And then there was always like the coastal shop videos, which was like kind of like a local thing, but it was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
You know, and it's kind of like a lot of the same riders, same people. And then, you know, and then like, you know, Danny Coriath. And then so like Danny would have been around then, and then he had some stuff. Danny did a lot of filming too.
Rad.
Was talking to Danny the other day, actually, and we were laughing, you know, and talking about sunset shots up at Seymour, and it's talking about like, you know, who's had what photos published, you know, this and that. Oh, I've had a double page spread or this or that. And Danny's like, well, who here has only had a cover shot? And it's like, okay, well,
he got a cover
wins.
shot?
Yeah.
For real?
Yeah. Snowboard Canada. He's had one photo published.
And it was a cover shot. That's insane.
Yeah. It's sick. It's like a backside air, like indie.
Yeah.
Skateboarders might slap me in the face for saying that, but
Sure.
off the McGuire hit
Yep.
in this like crazy, like fire in the sky, like golden hour Seymour sunset, like a classic.
So gorgeous.
Yeah. And Danny has, because he's a good skateboarder, so he's got sick style especially with his straight airs.
Who shot it?
It was Evan, ECS.
Oof,
Yeah.
ECS has some nice work.
Yeah.
Eh?
Yeah.
He does a lot with light.
Yeah.
I know I bought a couple of his prints, and he's always playing with light.
Yeah. No,
which is dope.
Evan shoots amazing photos.
What a cool group you guys had.
Yeah.
And
it's like the glory days. Right?
The glory days. It really feels like that there was like a real era of Seymour. The first group of people had kind of scattered around the world, right? Like Roberta and even Kevin moved up to Whistler because you kind of need to be based out of Whistler just on principle or something.
Yeah.
Devin never did.
Yeah.
Devin was like, no, man.
Yeah.
Because he had to travel anyway.
Yeah.
Did you do a bunch of traveling?
Yeah. Like I mean, it was like here and there.
Yeah.
We did a lot of stuff. Like, it was a lot of fun. Well, I mean, you might not know this, but like in the later years too, we ended up working, like I worked for Jeff and Leanne for Runway Films.
Okay.
One
Rad.
season,
No, I didn't know that.
which was a lot of fun too. But it was like, we'd go on these pretty awesome, snowmobile trips, like go out towards like Golden and like Chatter Creek and like out in those zones, with sleds. And then
Rad.
we had one year with Runway with it was like Leanne and Hannah Beeman and Natasha Zurich and Fleur.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a crew.
And then Christy Chalou was shooting photos, and it was like a runway shoot. And yeah, we went out with snowmobiles. Damon was there shooting video, and we went to Shandyland, like out with Shandy Campos and his crew.
Yeah.
And they just like took us around to the craziest places, and it was, they got so much good footage for the video that year. And then, but we got to do some pretty epic runs on the side because we were just like kind of like the fixers, I guess, right? It was like, let's build jumps, let's get snowmobiles unstuck, let's make this happen. And it was a lot of fun.
Wow, that sounds like a big crew for like I mean that's it. That was the time, huh?
Yeah.
Like it's like production crew.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to go out
like multiple angles.
Yeah.
Photographer, multiple riders. But it was like Shandy would get you into these crazy zones, and he took us to some zones where he's like, no one's ever snowboarded here before.
Oh,
and he's
wow.
like, we chopped these trees down like in the fall or over the summer or whatever, so we could side hill through here to get up, right? It's
for the first time ever. This is the first time.
He's like, as far as I know, no one's ever snowboarded here. And so there's pretty cool stuff like that, like these pillow lines and whatever, but they get into these zones. And then you could just split the riders, right? 2 filmers. So you go 2 over here with one filmer, 2 over here with another filmer. And just, they do what they do, and they start stacking footage, as they say.
That's kind of fun, actually. So were these paid gigs, or is this just like your way to get access to?
Both.
Yeah.
Yeah. Runway was both. I mean, I was like, it's when I was going to school, and then I was like, I mean, I helped Leanne with some of the marketing stuff, and like helped her deal with some sponsors. A lot of the time they just wanted to deal with Leanne, but helped her do some admin stuff, and then helped Jeff with some production stuff. And then during the wintertime, it was like fixer, like let's fuel some sleds, let's dig some stuff out, let's go do some recon and pre-build some jumps. Like Jeff and I would go and like pre-build some jumps and cut some tree, stuff like that.
That's amazing. Yeah. So towards the end of, because he had a pro career.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he ripped, obviously.
But then once it got to dynos, he kind of like settled into being like kind of this mellow community builder guy.
Yeah, he was like a mentor to different people, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Jeff he's like kind of like the big brother / leader figure. I mean, to our crew for sure, especially in, throughout that whole time. Like I think back to even like the Young Guns year, Jeff would have been like, I would have looked at him that way, kind of like the big brother influencer figure. And throughout the whole time that I known him. But yeah, I mean, like you said, got into that sort of mentor position and built the community around dynos. I mean, him and General built a pretty cool brand and a pretty cool scene, right? And they had it's like
kind
a
of
cult,
against
cult following,
kind
right?
of
It's
against all odds. It's like, okay, you're gonna call it Dinosaurs Will Die. That's that. And it when it first came out, it's like, are you just joking around? Is this just you're just pretending, right? Like that you're gonna have you made a few boards. You're not really doing this. And then a couple years in, it was like, holy shit! Like you've actually, created something while everybody else is talking about the industry is consolidating and dying, and like it worked.
And they made cool, like they did. I mean, I guess like living the mantra, right? It's like adapt or die. Dinosaurs will die. They did cool things with like some interesting shapes with their boards.
Yep.
And I mean, they had really good boards. Like up until last year, I was still riding. I have a board. It was the last year they were pressed at Capita, and I had it was Jeff's board. Like I'm a bigger dude, so it was like the 62 or 61 and a half or whatever it is. But it was like I rode the thing for 5 years because I wasn't getting that many days, but two, it was just like, I don't know, it was the best feeling board that I had in so long, and I just never wanted to get off of it.
I love that about you've mentioned Nick. Nick is the kind of a inspiration for how to live a good life in snowboarding right now. You know what I mean?
For sure. Yeah.
Like, okay, we're adults now. We don't need a new board every year.
Yeah.
Ben also was talking about, I don't need something new every year.
Yeah.
Just good style. That's kind of what came out of Seymour, was like these dudes with really good style.
Yeah.
Like on and off the hill, just like, oh, this is actually something I haven't thought about before. Like getting new gear every year and just pitching the old gear. It's kind of wasteful, actually.
Yeah. I mean, totally. And I think he kind of would get into that habit, like, like working out the shops or like working for brands or being part of, a team. It was like, that was kind of the cycle, right? It's like, you got to have the new stuff because you're trying to push the new stuff because you're trying to get people to buy more stuff. So
right, and you're kind of falling for this trick, which is like, next year's is always better. Mm-hmm. Is it though?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, now it's not. When I look back over time, there are years with different boot companies where like there was like pinnacle boots. Like, dude, that one year they just nailed it with those boots.
Yeah. And
gear and boards, same deal.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, I guess we're just getting old or maturing. That's the thing, is like when it's an immature market, it's just like, I just want next year's.
Totally.
Why? Because it's next year's. It's better than this year's.
Yeah.
But then
things could have been changing too then, right? It's like the board, like they could have been made in another factory.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe Matt didn't press your board and it didn't weigh 15 pounds.
Right.
It's like,
right.
Things would have been changing now. Like you said earlier, it's so dialed.
Right. Because it's engineered. It's not, we're not going like, oh yeah, but this is the glue ratio.
Yeah.
I put about this much plus about that much. And when it's about like this, that's as much. Yeah, it was so by the seat of your pants.
Yeah, no, totally.
You could get a board that was just, made, the last board made on a Friday at Mervyn or something, and it's missing a layer or something. Yeah, it's really light.
Yeah,
because it's missing stuff.
For the flex pattern.
Yeah, but it also was fun too, because when you were buying Invasion, you were buying the guys at the factory, the guys out on the hill.
Yeah.
That was a really fun group of North Van people.
Yeah.
I like that you're mentioning Chris Steve so much, because somehow in my mind there's like a revisionist history. He was just a guy, whereas really he stood out, man. He was
he
so
still does.
good. Yeah.
He's just he's back out east now, but he still rips.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had a really good attitude too.
Yeah, Chris is a good dude. He's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I saw Shane and a couple other people at the West Beach launch.
Oh, good. At the shop.
Yeah,
at the opening.
It's wild, right?
Yeah.
Because West Beach, the store, I mean, shut down in 2000 or something.
Was that long ago?
It was a long time ago. Was it 2000? It might have been.
Probably, yeah.
So, yeah. I think Chip sold to like Morrow, and then Morrow just,
That's right.
Yeah. There were a couple of years with John Cartwright.
Yeah.
And they were still designing West Beach, and then it just kind of fizzled.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot about that.
And so now it's back, which is dope.
It's cool. Yeah, it's good timing, I think, to come back with like the nostalgic angle for.
Well, also Chip has money, so like, I mean, it's not really.
Too, right?
You don't have to worry anymore. Like, we can do what we want.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how I see it.
Yeah.
I don't know how he sees it. He probably doesn't do anything to throw money away.
Yeah.
So it's going to be viable at on some level.
Yeah.
But it is fun. The big thing about it is seeing how many people's lives it really affected from around the world that are in our scene.
Totally.
That are like, I moved to Vancouver because I heard West Beach was here. I'm like, really? That's wild. But then I'm thinking about it. Yeah, that kind of what happened for me, like you're in Ontario and there's a West Beach store. Let's go. Let's go to Vancouver.
Yeah.
Let's check it out.
No, that's cool. I mean, back when I learned to snowboard, that was like the brand was West Beach.
Yeah. Yeah. So you learned to snowboard like maybe early 90s, like 91, 92 kind of thing.
Later than that, but yeah.
Even later?
Yeah, 94, 95.
Wow.
Yeah.
And what was the first board that you got your...
I had a Sims All Mountain. It was green. I think it was a 95.
Yep, I remember the Umbro boards. It
kind of looked like the Umbro board.
Yeah, I think it had that might have been a foam core even.
The triangle.
Yeah, and like kind of soft and freestyly.
Yeah, it was like twin, like
total twin,
symmetrical twin,
low rise.
Like
total
90s.
Totally.
90s twin. Yeah,
that's pretty fun. And were you at Seymour right out of the gate?
No, not until I learned how to drive. So skiing is a huge thing in my family, and my dad skis all the time, and we got into this thing with our family where we go to Manning Park.
Oh wow!
Every Christmas, and we do this, like, get one of the cabins there and stay there for like a week at least.
Wow, sick!
And then that was a huge part of like growing up. And then, my dad always wanted to go skiing, so we'd go to the interior, go to those resorts. A lot of time at Manning Park, sometime at the local hills. And then when I learned how to drive, I was just like, okay, well, Seymour's like. Back then, teenager, we would have been living in Langley.
Yeah.
But back then it was like not as crazy as it is now. Like you could get to the hill in like 35 minutes.
Yeah.
It's like now it'll take you like 35 minutes to drive through Langley.
It's true. And you're so close to Baker there too. Like for a weekend thing. Yeah, Baker's.
Baker, yeah.
And crossing the border with just your driver's license or whatever. Yeah, totally. It was pretty easy.
Or just say, I'm Canadian.
Yeah. Baker was at, a par too. Like it was cheap.
Yeah.
To go down
good.
there.
It was really good. And then Whistler was always the kind of the most expensive.
Mm-hmm.
But I learned to ski in Whistler when I was like, 3 or maybe 4 or something like in that range.
Yeah.
And then, but I think Whistler's just an expensive place.
Did you skateboard then? Is that what got you into the snowboard thing?
Yeah, I skated. I did some skateboarding. I didn't do it a ton once I got really into snowboarding, and then kind of got into surfing too, and then surfed as much as possible for a long time.
Oh, really?
But then
where?
Moving. We learned it with Jeff. Jeff was, again, that sort of influencer figure.
Yeah.
So learned in Tofino.
Wow.
And then then we started doing good excuse to start going on trips, right? It's like snowboarding is a great excuse to go to snowboard places, right? Go to Shred in Europe and Shred in Japan and around the US and stuff. And then it's like surfing, it's different places, right? So it's like good excuse. So we went to Hawaii a couple times, started going down to Mexico a ton, which kind of became a cool place to go. It's always like a good end of the season retreat, and always a good time because Jeff and Leanne and the crew would always be on the same program, so it was like a good kind of, I don't know, reunion, recharge, do some different stuff. But yeah, surfing was awesome. A lot of stuff down the coast, like Oregon and Washington State and to the island, and I don't know, went on some trips, went to Indonesia, scared the crap out of myself.
Wow.
Went in when it was like the start of like peak season. Went with some guys that I'm buddies with from snowboarding and skateboarding, like Stedman and that crew. But yeah, it was like it got wild. It just like turned on and scared the crap out of me. And,
yeah, surfing's the scariest.
Yeah, but it's still a lot of fun. Like I still go surfing, not very much now, being a dad of a 3-year-old anymore. But we don't live right on the surf in Vancouver. But yeah, it's good fun.
So what's your kid's status right now? This will be the first year, probably.
Yeah, we got her signed up for lessons.
Yeah, at Seymour?
Yeah, at Seymour. And then, yeah, I mean, we had her up last year. We had her up on a 70-centimeter board with boots. But I mean, it's like, you don't even need to go to the chairlift.
No.
It's like the little hill from the upper to the lower parking lot at Seymour. And it's like, just glide a little bit, and then she's like, okay, Dad, I'm done. Want to build, she just wants to build snowmen and throw snowballs. And
totally,
she's only 2 last year, so you can't expect
nothing. Yeah,
much.
Yeah. My kids are 22 and 26, and I still don't expect much. You know what? If I'm bringing them, they're mostly there for the hot chocolate or can we get poutine or something? You know, it's just it's not theirs. They didn't find it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They rip at it. They're great, but it's just not theirs. They didn't find it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I hope that I can, like, I see that as like my parents, that was like a gift to me, right? It's like they got me into it, and that was a thing that we did as a family, and then it was a thing that I really ended up liking, and obviously pursued it. And I mean, I still that's what I want to do on a vacation in the wintertime. That's
totally
like
yeah. I think
right.
I overdid it for myself. I was like, this is no fun with the kids.
Yeah.
Like, if you guys want to do something else, you can. I'm going to still keep doing this, but then I'll do other stuff with you guys too. Like the beach stuff, that's easier.
Yeah, it's easy. It's fun.
Yeah,
but
relaxing stuff.
I don't know. I hope I can. That's like a gift that we can give her for her. I don't know, for her life, I guess, and she can make the choice. But
yeah.
At least know how.
Put it in front of them. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
It is a different life. Someone who skis or snowboards. Yeah. Like you have access to this kind of amazing spot.
Oh yeah.
And this amazing thing that you can do.
Yeah.
It is so insanely privileged. It's nuts.
It is. Yeah.
Yeah, we were just in China, and I'm watching people discover it like how we did when we were kids, and it's really an exciting energy to be in.
Yeah.
Everybody just like, we're here. We're snowboarding down this thing.
Yeah. No, it's awesome. And it's like people are united by that motivation, right? And then that's, I mean, you obviously know, and probably everyone listening, but it's like, that's that community, right? It's like all my friends I know, I said that earlier, right? It's like I have like 2 friends from high school, and the rest of them I know from Seymour, right?
Yeah. 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 Clayton was talking about how that, like, it opened your social life up to more than what was going on at high school.
Totally.
Right? People are talking about whatever catty shit at high school, and you're like, I don't really give a fuck about that.
Didn't pay attention.
Yeah. Yeah. It like breaks you out of that whole thing.
Yeah.
And you're actually intermingling with like different generations of people.
No, that was it.
Yeah.
I mean, that was one of the things that I liked the most about like the Invasion crew, right? It was like we talked about Jeff being sort of like a big brother figure too, but it was like around that crew with Invasion, it was like kind of like Shane was, like I guess kind of like the center of that whole hub, and that, like I said, we used to go and like hang out at the front of the factory.
Totally.
Right? It was like, I don't know, it was a lot of fun. We did some dumb stuff with Invasion too, and with those guys. But like you said, like the older crew, for good or for better, showing the younger crew what to do.
Yeah. There was a guy, Jamie Watson, who's I'm still friends with, who worked I think he worked there just as a worker.
Jamie,
yeah. And 2 things I remember
glasses
of him. Yeah, Jamie with the glasses.
He made the best board. He was the best at edges.
Yeah. He probably paid the most attention of everybody. There was goldfish or something, and one time somebody's kid was like, can you eat a goldfish? And he goes, if you catch a goldfish, I'll eat it. And the kid just reached in, grabbed the goldfish, and handed it to him. He had to eat it. Yeah.
In the fish tank. Oh, God.
Yeah, it was kind of a slow fish. You know what I mean? Like, it was like maybe getting to the end of its life.
Did he actually eat it?
Yeah, he did. Because it was a crazy time. You might just eat a goldfish.
Yeah.
Yeah, why not? Now you would film it.
Yeah.
Then you just did it.
Yeah. It would have been part of your video.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. How crazy is that?
Yeah.
Right on, dude. Yeah. Well, thanks for talking snowboarding with me.
Yeah.
It was under kind of sad circumstances that I finally met you, at Spencer's parents' place, both Spencer and Scott having passed away now.
Yes.
I mean, early on in Seymour, there was Sam Devlin. I mean, there's been a lot of loss up there in the community.
Yeah.
And now with Martin.
Yeah. 2025, man.
It was heavy. It's been heavy.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Jeff.
Yeah.
Just such a bummer.
Yeah. It's pretty heavy.
Mm-hmm.
Had a big effect on me and on the crew. But yeah, it's a tough one.
Are you guys getting together more now, do you think? Or is it you guys were always pretty tight anyway?
Yeah. The crew is pretty tight. It's tough. I mean, kind of, it's like, like as you get older and sort of, it's like the cliche, but, life happens and you work and have kids and stuff, and it's not so easy to just be like, hey, let's go up to Whistler.
Yeah.
Let's go to Jeff and Leanne's, it's like,
yeah,
it's not so easy anymore, but it's like, it's every time that everyone gets together, I get to hang out with anyone from the crew. It's like, it's the same kind of vibe. It's like, we've known each other for so long. It's like, I don't know. You can't have like new old friends, I guess, right? It's like,
yeah,
you just kind of pick up where you left off. But I mean, it's definitely, the craziest thing is like, I think I was riding with Chris Witwicky opening day up Whistler, and he was like, yeah, it's crazy how much of an influence like Jeff was on, or like the fabric of just sort of like the center of that crew, or like this crew coming together. Because it was like I was talking about Mexico, it was like that was like a Jeff thing. Like he'd always be like, okay, we're gonna go down to Cabo probably in May or in June, and we're gonna go down there for like 2 weeks at least and just like surf and like be in Mexico. And then it was like, great excuse, let's go. It's like,
yeah,
everyone would go down and hang out in Mexico, or it's like, I'm in Whistler. Like I remember, yeah, it's heavy, but I remember in like I was just texting with Jeff like 2 days before I heard the news, and I was just texting with him like, it's end of March, it's like end of the season, when are you back? Season's going to be over in Whistler, let's do some laps. And we were just texting back and forth. He's like, yeah, I'm up. He's like, we're just finishing up this heli thing, got a couple more days left. And then, that was my last message with him. And then it was like a couple of days later, it was the news broke, and obviously not good.
Yeah, that was, I think the thing that was the hardest about it for the community is just how much, like you said, how much of a leader he was for people.
Yeah.
And like the kind of cheerleader for like snowboarding,
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really kind of unexpected. I think it surprised people how deeply embedded Jeff was for in such a broad sense.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, you heard it at that thing. Like, were you at the memorial in Whistler? Like the memorial?
Oh, I didn't go to the memorial at Whistler. No.
It was quite good. It was well done.
Of course.
Like Leanne and the team did a really good job. But that was like a common thread there was like, I did an estimate counting the chairs. Like it was in the hotel, the double boardroom or whatever. And it was like, there was like guessing, but it was in that range of like 800 chairs.
That's a lot.
And the place was packed. And it was like, okay, well, that, like, we'd only be so lucky to have, you know, at a funeral, like your own funeral or my own funeral, it's like I don't know if 800 people would come. You know, It's like, you know, how many people did he touch and affect? And it was just kind of like the common theme was that it was just like how Jeff would just kind of like listen and just kind of like, you know, not judge or anything like that. And I don't know, people just got along with Jeff, and he was friends with a lot of people, and a lot of people saw him as a friend. And you know, and it's like, it was almost everyone that went up there to speak kind of ran through, you know, something along that theme and said something somewhat similar. Like, obviously detail was different with their own experiences with Jeff and things that you did together and how often you hung out, but that was kind of the common theme.
Yeah, he just was so sweet.
Yeah.
Like, you just never saw him. I never saw him off his center. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, yeah, I know how stressful it is to do, you know, any kind of event where you're gathering 500 people. I don't know how many people there were in the baked salmon, but a lot. Yeah. And then to have
hundreds,
so many of them pestering you, just going like, okay, well, you don't need to tell everyone their time. I just need to know my time, or like, what's going on in turn 3, dude? Like the flag is like wrong or whatever.
Those guys did such a good job.
And just seeing him in the start gate, I just remember him smiling, but him saying like, this is a nightmare, is essentially what he was saying. He's like, I don't think these radio things are working. I don't even know. It's just a big giant shit show. But he had such a smile on his face while he was saying
it. I think it was funny.
Yeah.
Like, this is not going the way we wanted it to. But man, this is funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just remember that. I just remember, and it was, he was enjoying taking care of the whole community. Yeah. It was like he was hosting 1,000 people at Mt Seymour.
It's a great excuse to get all your friends together.
Totally.
Right? And it's like Jeff, Scotty, Tony, and probably Bernie, I think.
Bernie.
The guys that organized it mainly.
Fred was helping out with that too. There was, but those 5 guys were definitely the ones that were, you know, okay, here's registration. Okay, they're up at the start gate. Yeah. 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 Yeah.
It was a good run.
It was a good run. I think it's going to probably be the Jeff Keenan bank slalom forever now, right? Yeah. Yeah. Like going back to the roots and just
hope so.
Digging it up and making it a gathering, not an event or whatever. Yeah. Yeah. I think that's just makes sense. It was my favorite day at Seymour ever, and probably my favorite day of the year last year. Just riding that closely with so many people in with a purpose. Yeah. Like, to honor this amazing person.
I hope they do it again this year.
Yeah, they have to. Yeah. I think, of course they will. Yeah. Yeah, of course they will. This is it. This is going to be I
got to do it.
This is going to be the thing from here on in, I think.
Yeah. And then it's like a great excuse. Like that Jeff's thing at Seymour, that was crazy how many people, there's like, it feels like everyone I ever met through snowboarding was there.
Yeah, and people were driving from Alberta to just pile out into the... Yeah, it was wild. Mm-hmm. Fireworks. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it was... the vibe was so high. It was so rad. Damon grilling fish, dude. Yeah. Like, it was epic.
I know.
It was epic.
That's like classic.
That's classic, for sure. Man. Well, yeah, thanks again. And hopefully we get to ride together this year. Yeah. You got to pass up Whistler.
Yeah, Whistler and Seymour.
And Seymour. Yeah. Pass at Seymour, too.
Got to do it.
It's the way it is. And now we just need a bit of snow.
The night lapse. Yeah,
we got the temperature now, and we just need it to... I mean, it rained for what, like 15 days in a row there? Yeah. It's in the forecast. So.
Yeah, I know. Fingers crossed. I think we'll be up. We'll be riding by Christmas.
Yeah, for sure.
On the shore, on the North Shore.
Yeah, Baker's calling pass holder day on Friday.
Oh, good.
Hopefully.
You get a pass there?
No. I usually just go down, same as Whistler. I'll usually do a couple days at Baker, a couple days at Whistler, and then mostly local riding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
5 days a week, 6 days a week locally.
Yeah.
7 days a week.
That's
Depends
awesome.
on how the snow is. Yeah, I mean, I have no job, so
Yeah, got to do it.
you just go. It's kind of a fun thing to do.
Yeah.
Be up there and see the
Hell yeah.
see the conditions every single day.
Yeah.
Sneaker pow days, and yeah, it's epic.
It's the best, yeah.
Yeah, I've developed a North Shore 3-mountain day
Okay.
that's
Sick.
super fun.
All
And
in one day?
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
awesome.
yeah. You just go up in the morning.
Cypress? Start at Cypress?
I start at Grouse
Okay, yeah.
and track out Grouse, and then when you're completely exhausted at Grouse, if you drive up Cypress, they're just opening up Skychair.
Perfect, yeah.
So then you go until it's dark, essentially, go have some dinner, and then take laps at Seymour at
Yeah.
night because it's the
night
best.
laps, yeah.
Yeah, the night laps at Seymour are incredible.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the
And-
Friday Night Lights.
Yeah, and it's the best. It's actually such a fun program, and it's the right pace.
Yeah.
I change into dry clothes between each mountain.
Yeah. That's fair.
It's really fun. Yeah.
That's sick. I'm going to try that one day.
Yeah, I highly recommend it. I'll invite you out on one of them for sure.
Yeah.
It's got to be the right day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Happens 5-6 times a year actually,
Yeah.
where it's
Yeah.
like snowing during the day, so it just keeps getting better. Sometimes it's great at night too.
Yeah.
It still snowed all
Oh,
day.
that's it.
Yeah.
Let's hope that we get one of those soon.
It's happening. It'll happen.
The other trick is figuring out how to get up to Whistler on the days when they don't send out the crazy emails that tells everyone and their dog that it snowed.
I mean, I haven't had a perfect
Yeah.
Whistler day ever. I don't think I've ever had one.
Yeah.
I've never timed it right.
Yeah.
Every big powder day that I've had there has been everybody knows,
Yeah.
and I've missed it by a bit. Like, you know, when you leave 5 minutes too late and now you're an hour behind.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
that's been it
Or
100% of
yeah.
the times.
And now it's like if you drive up in the morning, there's like crazy traffic to get up there. It's like,
That stop that's starting to happen at like
is it function?
Shannon Falls or
Yeah,
something.
Yeah.
There's like you're like, wait a minute, it can't be backed up all the way past Squamish.
Yeah.
And then you get through that, and then
It's like snow tire check. I went up, I think it was opening day.
yeah,
I went up so early that there was like 2 cars in front of me,
yeah,
but they were doing snow tire check. And then I saw stuff on social media. There was lineups, like you said, like into Squamish from the Whistler side of Squamish all the way back because they were doing snow tire checks. So 1 car at a time.
the worst. It's the worst. I saw that in Tahoe too,
Yeah.
where the Department
On
of
the 80.
Highways, on the 80, where they're checking tires.
Yeah.
You know, just like
Donner Summit.
Donner's epic, hey?
Yeah.
What a spot.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the actual Donner ski ranch
Yeah.
has a vibe like Seymour.
Yeah.
That's
No,
dope.
That whole zone there is incredible.
Yeah,
Which like around the lake too, like how many good resorts there are.
I
like,
couldn't believe
on the
it.
Cali and the
Yeah.
side.
I couldn't believe it.
It's bananas.
Yeah, when I went down there, I was like, this doesn't make any
Yeah.
sense.
There's so many classic, like from the TBs, so many classic spots and classic jumps, like on the Donner Summit zone.
Yep.
Like I remember, I always have this. One of the first videos was at Steak and Lobster. Do you remember that video?
Yeah, with Kevin Jones.
Yeah, and they're like, and is it John Summers? And they have like the skit, and they're like hiking up Donner Summit, and it's like the train tunnel jumps, and yeah, there's just like, it's so good. Yeah.
It's so good. yeah, seeing those zones and being like, this is insane.
Yeah,
Oh, and it's all hike terrain, and that little house that's in the middle of there.
Yeah.
I think Danny Davis bought it.
Oh, really? I
think that's his place.
Donner.
Like, yeah, you know when you're going up and you just about go under the pass there, there's like
Yeah.
that one little house.
Okay.
I think
yeah.
that's his place.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Right in the middle of
Sick.
hike,
Yeah.
amazing hike
Yeah.
country.
And middle of nowhere too.
Just the middle of absolute nowhere. Yeah. I almost had to walk down that road.
God.
I hitchhiked out of there and got a ride,
Yeah.
luckily.
Yeah. I feel like that's a good spot to get a ride
Oh,
for hitchhiking.
100%. I was starting to freeze.
Yeah.
Because we'd been sweaty from the day. And then
Yeah.
drank a few beers, and then I was like, oh shit, my ride's down.
Wait, yeah.
How the hell do I get out of here? Is there a shuttle? They're like, no.
Yeah, no, bro. Yeah.
I caught someone from Ski Bowl, like staff coming out of Ski Bowl.
Yeah.
Thank God.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was wild. Yeah.
Yeah. When was that?
Last year?
Oh, it was
maybe?
last
2 years ago. Yeah, 2 years ago at the
Sick.
last Legends of Tahoe.
Oh, no
event.
way. Oh, that's a sick event.
That was so good. Yeah. Have you been down to that?
No,
So
not
good.
the event. It's
I've
so
been
good. Down like those zones. As we're talking, I just keep having these, like, a lot of these trips. I was with, like, again, I was there with Jeff. I've been down there a few times with Jeff, but it was with Joel. Another trip with Joel Fraser too. Like, man, years ago. But yeah, it's just like so cool.
It's the birthplace of
Yeah.
of freestyle snowboarding.
Yeah,
Like the little Donner quarter pipe spot. You're like, wow, this is where that went down.
yeah,
This is where Bud Fawcett shot all those pictures of Terry Kidwell a million years ago.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's pretty
like Andy
sick.
Hetzel and like
Oh, yeah, over the train.
yeah, over the moving
That Temple
train.
Cummings.
That's got to be in Steak and Lobster too. I think
That's
in that video, right?
It is. I think you're right.
Yeah.
That is. FNRad shout outs this week to Matt Standish. Thanks for doing the show. I want to shout out Crystal from Intuition and her brother Quentin, who's been hospitalized for a couple of months now. We're all pulling for you, Quentin. Special thanks to everyone who listens to the show. You're the reason that I do it. Be sure to come back next week for another episode of FNRad Snowboarding, presented by Flojoy Water and brought to you by FNRad Productions.